Anthony Joshua is over in Usyk's camp right now, basically becoming a part of an experiment. And I just learned directly about this situation. And for those of you who do not know, I am an expert in the field of physiology, sports conditioning, sports performance. And for 3 decades, I've done this at the highest level. And so, what it always looks so good for the general public to see stuff like this. It looks cool and it's definitely great for press. But what people don't really understand about introducing yourself to something brand new during the mutation of this event, like, because this event is mutating into something much larger. And I take it back to Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston, 1964. Okay, we're talking 50 years. We're talking literally 50 years. And when I think about this, this is that. It's exactly that. And what we want to do is let's let's preface this conversation so that it's really clear what's actually happening. When you introduce yourself to anything that's brand new, there's a mutation time period where your brain has to morph into what that thing is. And it sounds good for everybody. You're thinking, oh my gosh, Anthony Joshua's training with Usyk now. Like, he has this entire science laboratory team working with him. And so what most people don't quite understand about the human body is there are three layers to it. It's the physical, the metaphysical, which is the spiritual, and then there is the nervous system. And the nervous system is the most uncooperative son of a bitch that there is on the planet. You don't just pick up a skill and you have it. The nervous system will kick it out of your system before you can blink an eye and smell your own breath. It just does not give a shit. And a lot of times you'll see guys, they go into the boxing ring and they will get their ass kicked. And it's like they've forgotten everything that they learned in camp, because you don't learn anything in the camp the first time. When you go to camp, that's to give you the first form of mastery, cognitive. That means awareness. Just like a Super Bowl commercial that comes on and you've never seen the company before, the only thing they want you to do is be aware. They pay millions of dollars to get awareness. We call it brand awareness. That's the first phase of learning anything, knowing your ABCs. The teacher writes it up on the wall. You're aware, but can you say them after the first day? Absolutely not. It's 26 letters. There's no way you can memorize 26 letters in one day, right? So this is not because of your memory, because your memory could actually remember, but it has to be inside of your subconscious. And your subconscious is controlled by your nervous system. That's why you walk in on your mate with another person, your nerves go crazy. That's why when someone says something to you out of pocket, you get rattled. You see, these are subconscious things, intuition. And so the nervous system is your alarm. It brings anxiety. It helps you get to the place and the point of depression. And these approaches have to be done in a way. You can't just dive into something and think you can carry it into your next major event. And so when I see these types of antics, as far back as you can date them, I can say how they backfired on every single person. Unless that thing that they were adding was so minutely small and minor that it wasn't the reason why they won. It's just another addition that will benefit them in the future. And it takes time for these things to settle in. You can't just do something and then all of a sudden you get the receipt for it and it's all paid up. The brain doesn't work that way. The nervous system does not work that way. What happens when you simply go into the ring and box is you trigger the sympathetic nervous system immediately. The cortisol levels spark. And so if you don't understand how to subside these things, then you're going to be in a whole different fire. So when I say that 𝗀𝘁 camp, all of his scientists, the laboratory geniuses, they're all working with Anthony Joshua right now, and Jake Paul is on the other end of this receipt. And so if you think you're going to see a brand new Anthony Joshua because of these scientists, which is where I see this story going, and these guys have just found this magic potion to make you this superior athlete. Let's get it right. Jake Paul has only had 13, 14 fights. And let's just say these guys were not Anthony Joshua. None of them were as skilled, and they definitely weren't as powerful. And they weren't real heavyweights that were under the age of 60 like Mike Tyson. You're talking about a real puncher. Now you go back to Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. You go back to Jake Paul versus the fight before with Chavez. I only saw maybe 2 highlights in that fight, maybe 7 seconds total. I don't need to see because I know what I'm looking at. When you go up in there against somebody that really can fight, that really is in there fighting like time, this is boxing. I already know that it's not going to be anything but a springboard for the upcoming events. He's going to look dynamic against this guy because you guys know what he's really up against. You know what Jake Paul's really up against, right? Like all the marketing is going to look great. The training, the power punching, none of that shit is nervous system. It takes years to get this shit in your body. And when you go up levels, it takes more years. And when you go up another level, it takes more years. So that's why you see guys taking less and less fights as they go up ladders. Because if you're going to fight a Lennox Lewis, someone who fights in the system, long jab, right hand high, counter punch with the left hook, boom. You got to realize that's a system of boxing. Emanuel Stewart created that system. When you have that kind of system of boxing, the person who's fighting them needs years to prepare for him because he's not just going in a street fight. You have to really master the art of what happens when you counter his jab, what he's going to do to you. See, you're only thinking about the first part of that. When you're in a system, we got the whole playbook. We know every scenario. And what's the scenario behind that? And what's the scenario behind that? So when you make an adjustment, we adjust to your adjustment. You don't know that. I know you don't know it because you wouldn't be watching how-to videos if you did. I don't give a fuck how long you've been in boxing. When you still watching video, you don't know it all. So when you get to a level of a professor where you're writing the shit, that's when you understand the book of boxing, the Bible of boxing. And when I look at this fight, I already can see what the progression is. It's going to be this big storyline. He goes up to Usyk's camp. He's ready for Tyson Fury now because he looks spectacular against a guy who's not even supposed to be in the ring with him. And even Jake Paul said it last month ago, a month and a half ago, that sometimes in a year or so, he's going to go for Anthony Joshua. Why the hell do you think he said that? But see, what happened is the power of Netflix made it so that he had to find somebody who can bring asses to that event as far as television views on Netflix. So that's what pressured him into doing it. Don't think for 1 second this is what Jake Paul would have done. He's a good guy. He's a very good guy. I love his team. His team is tremendous. This is no shade at him, but I'm a real professor in boxing, and I don't play this. Okay, so where I draw the line is where I know he knows he's not crazy. You cannot make yourself believe that you're going to go in there and perform on this dude, because I saw the look in his face when he stood there. I was the closest person to the stage. If you want to see the video, I'm the first person that Anthony Joshua shakes hands soon as they finish the face-off. Jake Paul's coach is standing next to me, yelling on the video. You can hear him. He's standing right next to me. I didn't even know he was there. Me and him are friends, but I didn't even know he was standing there because I was focusing on the conversating issue. And Anthony Joshua told me directly, it's on video too, I got it on the page, that he knows me and he knows my wife, and that we be putting out the content. He's followed our content. He's followed us on Instagram for years. And so I conversated with him, and this isn't about that, but this is about, I don't play this boxing shit because that dude is a real fucking fighter. You know, he does this shit for real. Like, he went to the Olympics. He been in there with Klitschko. Y'all just don't understand what you got to do to prepare for somebody like Klitschko. I done been in camp with Klitschko getting them ready for the Tony Thompson fight. That motherfucker knocked out 2 of my damn fighters. Like, 2 really good fighters. He didn't knock out the second one, but he fucking not playing. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want y'all guys to think, oh, this is gonna be fun, and Jake is just, gonna get what he's smart enough to get the hell out of there. He's gonna move a lot more than y'all think he is, because that fucking dude can punch. And I measured the bone density just being with him and stuff. And like I said, I've been in this game for 4 decades. I know I'm a beautiful motherfucker. Don't look like I could possibly be that old, but I am. So, but the bottom line is, this shit is real. And for those of you who don't know, I am shooting a movie about this. It's called Fight Night in Miami. It's the sequel to One Night in Miami. Muhammad Ali, Sonny Liston, Malcolm X, Sam Cooke. Go pull it up on Amazon. Yeah, we're doing a revision of that, but we're bringing it up to date and we're bringing it up to speed. It's going to be so damn good. The production has already started, so if you want to see the episodes, there will be 6 episodes of this joint. It's going to be fire. So if you want to see a boss in action, you're fucking looking at them. And we're going to fire it up, man. So tell your people, this is the sequel. And it's going to be a serious piece. Y'all going to hear shit that you ain't never heard before. You're going to see things you ain't never seen before. And you're going to learn things about these fighters that they will never say on social media. Because I'm from this game. And when you're in front of me, you're going to speak the fucking truth. Yeah, I did training today, man. We did training this morning. Where you been? We was up at 6 o'clock training. Look at these fucking guns, man. You see my training shit right there in the background? I trained on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Where you at? So, yeah, it's absolutely, it's fire. I did my stuff. What did you do? And I actually put a workout in there. So get on your game, man. If you ain't working out, get in my membership. Get in my membership, the second level, the silver, because I'm putting a training system in there. With eating, and not just eating, but I'm coaching you. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you to fucking do it, because you're not going to do it seriously. And how many times are you going to be able to say you've been with a world-class coach that is mentoring world champions? You ain't going to never be able to say that shit. So get in the membership. I'm not one of these damn guys who just on YouTube with a channel. I'm a fucking legend. So there's that. But I'm going to be on your ass too. Because you get on my program and you get in there, you're going to work. I'm going to make sure you own it, because you need to look yourself in the mirror and say you ain't doing good as you could be. And you know you ain't doing as good as you could be doing. You settling in your life. You just ain't reaching high. You living in fear. You got a very, very skeptical mindset. You need to get back motivated, and you need to live there. Stop just getting motivated and inspired and start getting focused on being disciplined, having a process in place. Learn fucking boxing the right way by the principles, so you don't have to ask questions. You have all the answers and you're training yourself. Look at me, I'm 56 years old. I look fucking tremendous. I know I do. I don't need, I mean, everywhere I go, I look better than everybody. So, I ain't gonna lie to myself. My confidence is real because I don't live off of that. You know what I'm saying? I judge myself on what I'm doing for other people every day. So if you want to get some help getting yourself to your highest level, the silver package. And if you really box and teach boxing, then the goal, because we're putting a link to our fight school inside of there. So get on your shit, man. Tomorrow is Black Friday. If you have not dove into your stuff, I just want real good men around me. If you ain't really, really a serious fucking person, don't even think about signing up for my stuff at all. I don't need that shit in my life. I don't need weak people around me. I'm too serious about life and winning. I don't even have my family, the family that I lived with growing up as a child. I don't even have people like that around me. If you don't inspire the circle of people, I don't want you fucking around me, period. So there's that. But other than that, if you about that life and you just need some a push, then join the membership. Every single day, there's something to do. But if you ain't serious about life, don't even get in my shit, because I'm serious. And we're gonna bring this fight shit to you guys in a way that is you've never seen it before. So I'm gonna get out of here, man, because I don't want to stick around too long. But this event is gonna be crazy. My movie is gonna be crazy, and the people that we're gonna have take part in this thing is gonna be, mind blowing. So I hope you guys share it with somebody. If you don't do shit, just let somebody know that Master Boxing, Coach Eric A. Bradley, is doing his first mega film. And this film is about the fight night in Miami. Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. Miami-Dade County. It's going down. Be blessed. And be sure to subscribe right here. If you haven't subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Tomorrow's Black Friday. We got some shit going on, but that ain't my department. We got great stuff. Y'all already know. If you've been on my page, you know my shit is dope. If you want dope shit, then get your stuff from me. If you don't, get it from somewhere else. Everybody's good. I'm just great at what I do, because we teach boxing backwards. We teach why, when, then how, not the other way around. You can go get that shit everywhere. You can't get this everywhere. This is Master Boxing, where you get your master's degree in boxing.